So, every once in a while, an athlete breaks onto the scene, breaks records, destroys championships, and gets everyone talking. This sounds like someone familiar, right? Sounds like Usain Bolt, the legend.
Usain Bolt blowing away the field. Usain Bolt takes the men's 100.
It's been 7 years since the Bolt era came to an end when he ran his last 100-meter race at the 2017 World Championships. It was a devastating time in track and field when the legendary sprinter who had surpassed all the limits in track and field failed to secure the gold medal, which would have put his achievements beyond imagination. It marked the end of an era where, as a sprinter, you must go hard or go home. Sprinters could run 50 and 60 meters, shut things down, and still stop the clock at 9.8. Today, we are in an era where 9.8 is seeming to be the gold standard, but previously you could run a 9.8 and not make the medal podium. That's just how crazy things were. But this could soon change. Let us introduce Kishane Thompson, the man who literally came out of nowhere and has caught the attention of the entire world. Or did he come out of nowhere? Kishane is now the name that is turning heads in the track and field world, and he's no joke. Since the start of the 2024 track and field season, we have experienced some pretty decent races and times from the men in the men's 100 meters. And considering it's an Olympic year, it's definitely living up to the expectations and look poised to be one of the most entertaining ones for the men since the 2016 Rio Olympic Games. Already this season, we have had some sizzling races. We have seen Noah Lyles versus Fred Curley. Also, Oblique Civil went up against Noah Lyles in a pretty entertaining race at the Racers Grand Prix in Jamaica, where he put Noah on notice when he beat him squarely and even did a little bit of showboating while they crossed the finishing line. It is the fastest Oblique Civil has gone to date, 9.82 seconds, his new PR. If you thought those races were great, you must have a look at the most recent clash between Oblique Civil and Kishane Thompson at the Jamaica National Trials 100-meter finals, where Kishane won in an emphatic and authoritative way. This sizzling race has left almost everyone wondering, where was this kid all along and how did he get so good so fast? The truth is, Kishane has been around longer than most people would have known, since he was featured in quite a few races on the junior scene, but it was 2023 when Steve Francis officially introduced this sprinting Jedi to the world, and since then it has been no looking back. I'm going to share his stats and you are going to be blown away by just how impressive he has been since his breakthrough entry into the senior ranks in 2023. Let's look at this. In less than a year and with just 8 races, Kishane Thompson has cemented himself as the one to beat in the 100 meters, and maybe his biggest competition may just be himself because he has had his share of injuries since the start of his career. Kishane's impressive 2023 accomplishments left fans yearning for more because what he did was just too powerful to ignore. On the 3rd of July 2023, Kishane Thompson started his quest to make his bid to become one of the world's next greatest sprinters. He turned up at the Jamaica National Championships, and not many people knew who he was, but he was about to change that. He immediately got everyone looking his way. Not only did he win his first 100-meter race, but he recorded a very impressive time, 9.91 seconds. He was fast and his strides were powerful. The Jamaican fans got excited immediately and they wanted to see more of this kid. This race was one of the heats and the fans were yearning to see what he would do in the semi-finals. But that didn't happen. The surprise news came that he was pulled from competition for the rest of the championships. How sad, how could that happen? Word started making the rounds that there was a new sheriff in town and he was good, but he had a problem, and one of the worst possible ones a sprinter could have, an injury problem. That was the reason he was pulled from the national championships. Fans were worried and happy at the same time, but they weren't sure what to make of the situation. Luckily, Kishane wasn't finished for the season as yet. He was just about to face hurdle number 2. Could he go sub 10 again? And could he do it against the big guys? Or was he just a fluke? We were about to find out. On July 23, he resurfaced at the Hercules Meeting International, but his performance wasn't that impressive as first. He finished 5th in a time of 10.01 seconds. Not what the fans were expecting, but he got his chance to redeem himself a couple of races later. He ran 9.9 seconds in his very next race, but things got very interesting from there. At the Wonder Diamond League meet in Germany, he clocked an impressive 9.85 seconds, but this time he was dangerously tracking down Christian Coleman, who finished first in 9.83 seconds. Despite Thompson finishing second, his crazy top end speed did not go unnoticed. Kishane Thompson finished that race like a speed train. He was just reeling in Christian Coleman ominously and with what was a less than perfect start. Again in the Nike Prefontaine Classic, he dropped another impressive 10.87 seconds while competing with some of the biggest names in the sport: Noah Lyles, Christian Coleman again, and Ferdinand Omaniala. It was almost a photo finish. He proved that he was fast and that he did not fear the big names in the game. So after running 5 races with 4 of them being below 10 seconds, the biggest takeaway was that he's capable of running consistently under the 10 seconds barrier, and he was mentally tough and could prove problematic for other sprinters, and he was just 22 years old. This looks like an athlete who is peaking at the right time, and this could be dangerous. He definitely looks like something special in the making. So that was 2023. But what about 2024? Fast forward to 2024 and Kishane Thompson is back in action and more questions keep pouring in. Can he go sub 10 again like he did last year? We only saw him in one-off races, so how would he handle multiple rounds in a competition? Well, Kishane just responded and responded quite well. He confirmed what so many of us thought. He is a special kid on the block that looks set to do great things with time and hard work. But are we seeing another Usain Bolt or another Johan Blake? Maybe not. But from all indication, this new sprint sensation may soon become the next sprinter to break the 10.7 barrier, stepping over into the elite territory. So what have Kishane Thompson been up to so far? Just like in 2023, Thompson has started his campaign with a sub 10 clocking, but this time it is shockingly fast. After just 3 races, he is now the fastest man in the world this season, the 4th fastest Jamaican ever, the 9th fastest athlete of all time. At the just concluded Jamaican National Championships, Kishane's main competition was Oblique Civil, who has been Jamaica's best fighting chance in the 100 meters recently. Many probably thought Civil was going to be the national champion, but Thompson had other ideas because he made light work of Civil in the 100 meter finals, clocking a blistering 9.77 seconds. What is even scarier is that his coach instructed him to shut things down after 60 meters with the intent just to make the top 3. He said that even though he was trying to shut things down, he just wasn't seeing anyone passing him. That's amazing. This kid is flying. Somehow, this new kid on the block seems to be hinting on faster times when we see him at the Olympics without even saying it. 3 races so far this season and some massive times have been produced. 9.82, 9.86 and 9.77 seconds. Kishane Thompson is in near record-breaking form currently, it seems, because in running so consistently around the same sub 10 era could mean that in a short while we could see a huge drop in terms of his time, which looks like it's going to be somewhere in the 10.6 or low 10.7 region. Without a doubt, this young sprinter could go to make headlines at this year's Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Also, Jamaica's chances of taking a medal in the 100 meter in Paris is looking more and more likely with Kishane's and Oblique Civil's current form. It's been 20 years since the United States have had an Olympic medal in the 100 and 200 meters, so they will definitely be trying hard to end that drought. With that being said, this Olympics is definitely one to watch because a lot of fireworks will be on display from Jamaica, the United States, and the rest of the world. Thanks for watching.